I played more of Monster Hunter Stories 2 Wings of Ruin, and I can say emphatically that it is a terrific experience. Absolutely gorgeous game, beautiful cut sequences, energetic and very flashy battle sequences. It's a turn-based JRPG in the sort of the most traditional sense of that genre and that phrase, but it's really engrossing, and I just really got captivated by getting into the combat and collecting all of these little monster eggs and growing my monsties. The story's, a little pedestrian and a little formulaic. We've seen a lot of these kind of chosen one type stories out there, and you're going to be the one that can figure out how to defeat the huge obstacles and help the villages and tame the wild beast that's threatening everything. But it's still engrossing stuff, and I think it's because of the extra layers of production polish that Capcom put on this. They didn't need to. I think the Monster Hunter brand is so substantial at this point, the fan base is so huge, but they went above and beyond. It's just a feast for the eyes, and the music is beautiful, and the character work and some of the voice work is really charming and fun as well. Not everything is perfect. I think I like Rise and the action-adventure type of gameplay, the action RPG stuff that's in Rise a little more, but I love that this is a great complement to Monster Hunter Rise. And, I'm sure people are still playing Rise quite happily right now and still are impressed every time they boot it up. Well, guess what? I think you're going to feel very similarly to Stories 2, even though it's a different experience. And I think because it is a different experience. And I cannot believe it because I've always appreciated the Monster Hunter games, but these two on the Switch in this last, several month period, both are breathtaking in their own ways. And they're like truly two of my top 10 of 2021 so far. They are amazing, amazing games. So yes, I absolutely think that whether or not you have a great affiliation or affinity for the Monster Hunter franchise, you are going to be entertained by Rise first and Stories 2. And the cool thing is, I played Stories 1 on the 3DS. I wasn't a super fan of it, but I got the vibe on it and talked about it on the programming. And I'm sure I appreciated it at the time, but I couldn't remember much about it. And I don't think you have to come into Stories 2 with any kind of real awareness or memory or love for the Stories game that was on the 3DS. You can come at this cold. And if Rise was your first visit into the Monster Hunter space on the Switch, be prepared to be similarly impressed by this, a little more young skewing, but incredibly satisfying role-playing adventure. Monster Hunter Stories 2 Wings of Ruin, I think, is an essential Switch pickup this year. I'm going to give it an 8.5 out of 10.